Welcome to video 2. In this video, we're going to build the user interface. So for this little game that we're going to build right here, we've got our little form. I'm not seeing the window that I want to see. If you're not seeing the toolbox, the way to get it to show up a view, these are where all your windows are, and it's this toolbox right here. So these are the items that I can use to throw on my form. We're going to do everything in this tutorial from the common controls thing, but we do have other items. I don't know what all's in some of these things. Some of them look like they're empty. Some of them look like they're empty, but we do have all Windows forms. This gives you a list of everything that is generated for Windows forms that you can use. Common controls are the most common things that people use. Containers, different panels, group boxes, tab layouts, stuff like that. Very useful sometimes. Menus, data stuff, components. A lot of the stuff we don't really need for this project. Printing interfaces, dialogues like file open, folder open, file save, color pickers, lots of different options. But everything we need is right here. So Windows, our Visual Studios is an excellent WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG stands for what you see is what you get. Basically, what I do is I pick an element that I want. First thing I want is probably a label. This is going to be, if I click here on the properties, I'm going to rename this label math question. So this is going to be where the computer asks an initial question. Then I need a place for the user to enter an answer. So I'm going to put a text box right here. And the name of the text box, I'll call it text box user answer. And then let's see, I need a button so that the user can input, tell the computer that I'm ready to check it. So I'm going to call this check answer. And on this one, all of these components so far have a text property. I'm going to change that to check my answer. And as soon as I click elsewhere, it updates the text in that button. Let's see, the next thing we need is a way for the user to see some input, or some output. Did I get my answer correct or is it wrong? So I'm going to throw a label in there, and I'm going to call this label graded answer. That way I have some idea of whether I'm correct or not. And let's give another label right here, and I'm going to call this statistics. That way I can keep track of how many problems I've tried, how well I've done, Am I doing good or not? Am I doing bad? I've answered 5 questions. I've gotten 3 of them right. That kind of stuff. Yeah, let's see. I think that's pretty much for the design of the layout. Let's jump to some events. I want an event here. I'll go to the button first. I want an event that if I click. So I press the button, I click it, I'm going to generate an event. I double click that and it generates some code right here for me in my form1.cs for when that button's clicked. I'm going to go ahead and leave that for right now. We're going to build another event. Let's say I press a keystroke, because if I hit enter, I want to be able to check my answer as well. So I'm going to create an event for key up. Okay, so here's our events right here. And that concludes this video for designing the user interface. So now we've got a fully functional user interface for this particular game. Join me in video 3.